There's been so much that keeps getting released, so many things that keep getting declassified. All of these things happen over and over again. And each time, by the way, you would guess that they're not going to be a big deal. And They seem to be getting bigger and bigger. The snowball keeps snowing, Will.
That's right. Is that a phrase that people say?
I say it.
So what we have today is this declassified annex to the Durham report. So this is a lot of the underlying intelligence, but this is about a 29-page annex.
From Chuck Grassley. What do you mean annex?
So the annex is a part that was attached to his report that had a lot of the sourcing and the analysis and the actual underlying documents and intelligence that led to his conclusions in the actual report. This is like if you're writing a research paper, this is your source material for a lot of it.
This is why the ACLJ is here, so you don't have to read the annexes.
Right. Well, no one was supposed to be reading the annex until now because it was a classified document. It contained a lot of sources and methods. And even in this, there is a lot of redactions, but there's a lot that you can infer from that, as well as other reporting that lets you know where some of this came from. But this really goes through this classified annex or classified appendix, however you want to refer to it, it goes through really where a lot of the information came from about the Clinton intelligence plan, the Clinton plan intelligence, which was the entire goal of the Clinton campaign to distract from her own email server issues and to look and put the focus on Donald Trump having ties to Russia.
Once again, just like when Tulsi Gabbard dropped stuff, you got to back this up. And you look through these documents, and it backs it up time after time after time. There are direct instances where you see it couldn't even be clearer that they were trying to plant this, that they were using sources that were not trustworthy, using Russian sources that they knew were likely creating this content for misinformation, and then citing them to create something, again, like the Steele dossier, which then you can report on, then they can cover. Even that is not supposed to be proper, but it was all done with intention, and now it's coming out, and it's coming to light. Honestly, all this really does, Will, is confirm that the players that you thought were doing this were the players that were doing this, and if you thought they were doing it, you were right.
Well, and one of the things that is now coming to light is we've heard all about the hacking of the DNC by the Russians, and that was always kind of the focus, hacking of the DNC. But what we're finding out is that it wasn't just a targeted attack of the DNC email servers and addresses. Actually, this was a very broad Russian campaign where they were hacking government agencies, they were hacking nonprofits, they were hacking think tanks and things of the like. And one of those happened to be the Open Society Foundation. That's George Soros, used to be known as the Soros Foundation, which has been a boogeyman of sorts for conservative politics for a long time because of all of the work they do to
huge influence.
They spend a lot of money to elect Democrats and push their agenda on the world.
And I don't think they would tell you otherwise.
No, they would agree that that's what they do.
They are a multi-billion-dollar organization that is here to get their ideas across. And understandably. But sometimes their ideas not only disagree with you, but disagree with really not only the vast majority of American people, but really kind of a lot of times American values.
That's right. Yeah. And what we've seen with whether it be the local DAs, they spend money to elect to change the way the nature of our judicial system works, all the way up to communicating with DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz during the 2016 election cycle. And this is now the documents that we were talking about earlier in the week. Remember, we told you about that there was the Dutch intelligence agency told the CIA, hey, we were spying on Russia, and we found their intelligence on what they were picking up from these hacks, including the Soros Foundation, reading these emails between individuals in the Clinton campaign, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, as well as the Soros Foundation. And so they have not only some of the underlying emails, they also have the memos Russia was creating about their intelligence, what they were finding out. And here is one of the very first things that is fascinating, is that they picked up this confidential discussion during the Soros Foundation representative for Eurasia with Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the chair of the DNC. And it was characterizing the situation in her party in light of the growing scandal around Hillary Clinton as follows. Information released to the media in the last few days about FBI investigating possible corruption related to the Department of State under leadership of Clinton, preferential treatment of donors of the Clinton Foundation caused a significant negative reaction inside the party. According to Wasserman Schultz, FBI so far does not have persuasive evidence against Hillary Clinton because of the timely deletion of relevant data from email servers. Obama has no intention to darken the final part of his presidency and legacy by scandals surrounding the main contender for the Democrat Party. To solve the problem, the president puts pressure on the FBI director, James Comey, through Attorney General Lynch, however, so far without concrete results, meaning that the scandal was continuing to build. They also have these emails talking about the member of the Soros Foundation telling Debbie Wasserman Schultz that he's been speaking with someone at the Clinton campaign about tying President Trump to Russia. Now, you also look at all this, and this is an intel report of an intel report. So we should caution people that there's a reason we don't see underlying intelligence often. We see the conclusions from it because it can get messy, and we have to describe each layer of where it came from. But what John Durham gets to in this is that they did the investigation of this intelligence. Also, the CIA director thought it was credible enough to take it to the President of the United States himself, and even took it to James Comey in this referral. So they believed that this was credible evidence. John Durham actually did the investigation on the back end with these individuals, reporting them. When they talk about these emails, what the Durham believes and what the intelligence community believes is that all of these reports are a composite of all the stuff they got. So they had emails of different individuals from Soros Foundation, from DNC, all talking about these things, and they compiled these reports together. So this isn't a verbatim quote when you read this of what was said, but this is what was said, and the intelligence community believed it, as well as the Durham report, and John Durham, the special counsel, said this is credible. You know what also makes it credible?
They just wanted to believe
it's how it played out.
Yeah.
Because now we know history. So they were talking about their plan to tie President Trump to Russia and all these things.
And then still happens.
Even saying the FBI will add fuel to the fire once we disseminate it through sources like CrowdStrike. They were talking about all this in the emails and stuff before it happened, and we know that's exactly what happened.
I think that's why I said earlier, it's not necessarily this is all surprising that it happened. It's surprising that the paper trail is this clear, that it's clear that it happened. They were not being that quiet about it. It's in emails that maybe they hoped were deleted, maybe they hoped ended up in a burn bag, but now are available for all of us to at least read portions of it and the findings. You can break down all the findings. I think we should go through those in the next couple segments, because you can go through what he did was when Chuck Grassley released this, he also released sort of a summary, so you guys don't have to read every single fage. I encourage you, if you want to, feel free to do it. But I want to take a call real quick from Michael in Florida, because I think it's something we can answer. Michael, go ahead.
Gentlemen, why do you think these people, even within our own government, want to bring this country down or tear it apart? I mean, what is the end game? Is it greed? Is it
I think
power?
you just answered it. I think they want to bring the country down. I don't know what that means, but they want it to be remade in their image. They want it to be remade in the messages that they have. They do not like that there are people who disagree with them, who have other thoughts. And what's a shame about that is it's some of the strongest, most powerful people in the country. Okay, we at least for a brief moment felt like Elon Musk was someone who we could go, oh, finally, at least there's a billionaire who feels like he at least can relate to us a little bit. And of course, inevitably, we knew that was probably going to end poorly, and who knows where that is. He's kind of just, we don't hear really much a lot from Elon. But when you have people with this much money and this much power, well, of course, there is a want, especially when they have a belief that is so, like I said, it's not people who disagree with you. It's not just like, oh, I'm a Republican, oh, I'm a Democrat. We can find our medium ground here. We can work together. You're talking about people that fundamentally disagree with the foundation of the country.
That's right. It's about control, power, greed in the sense that they want more power, and maybe not just money, because a lot of these people have lots of money.
Power while also providing socialist ideas.
That's right.
Because they want to be the king.
They want control. They don't want you to have a First Amendment right. They don't want you to be able to practice your faith, to speak your mind, to speak truth to power against government corruption. They don't want you to have that. That is why they attack our Constitution at every step, and why the ACLJ has to fight back at every step. It's even down to seeing these cities in conservative states that go after pro-life protesters, that go after Bible clubs or people posting notices, and the cities and states not wanting to do anything to support the First Amendment rights. And we talk about the Open Society Foundation, the George Soros Foundation. Individuals like that from that foundation have done a lot of work to make at the local level, the district attorneys that are extremely left-wing and liberal, they get elected because they pump hundreds of thousands of dollars in races no one pays attention to.
Yeah, and then they create messaging that a lot of people can get behind, because there's a lot of people suffering, and a lot of people feel like that can be their savior, or they want to see other people suffering because they are suffering. It's a sad state of affairs. We do need to have some economic reform. We do need to figure certain things out, but this isn't the way to do it. We are so excited to announce the ACLJ's brand new app, completely redesigned to provide you with the best tools available to partner with us at the ACLJ. You can watch the daily Secular program, sign the petitions, customize your ACLJ membership experience, donate with the click of a button, and receive up-to-the-minute critical updates that the mainstream media can't censor. Just scan the QR code on your screen or go to your phone's app store, search ACLJ, and click install. It's that simple.